Louis sits peacefully by the Luapula River, his brow furrowed in concentration as he sketches in his notebook. The gentle breeze whispers through the tall reeds, as Louis's artistic focus remains unbroken. Mutale approaches hesitantly, clutching a fishing hook, his unease visible. Mutale shuffles his feet, his gaze flickering between Louis and the distance, a silent question hanging in the air. Louis pauses his sketching, his eyes meeting Mutale's in a brief, unspoken exchange. They exchange a quick glance. Beneath the sprawling fig tree, Louis and Mutale gather as the setting sun paints the Luapula River with fire. Louis's eyes shine with hope as he shares his vision. I dream of opening a school here, Mutale, a place where children can learn and grow. Mutale listens intently, his gaze soft and supportive, absorbing Louis's heartfelt ambition. With thoughtful eyes, Mutale responds, acknowledging the beauty in Louis's aspiration. That is a beautiful dream, Louis. A noble one. The cool evening breeze whispers through the leaves, carrying their shared dreams into the fiery sunset. Bathed in sunlight, Mutale and Louis stand on the bank of the Luapula River, laughter echoing between them. Louis mimics Mutale's movements, the fishing line arcing gracefully through the air. A shared smile blossoms between them, an unspoken bond deepening with each passing moment. The sun glistens on the water as their laughter mingles with the gentle sounds of nature. As evening descends upon the tranquil Luapula River, Louis and Mutale walk together, their silhouettes stretched by the setting sun. Mutale gestures emphatically, his voice filled with dreams of the city and ambitions yet to be realized. Louis's gaze remains fixed on Mutale, her gentle smile a silent promise of unwavering support. Louis whispers with heartfelt conviction, I believe in you, Mutale. You'll do great things. Beneath the vast, starlit sky, Mutale and Louis sit in tranquil silence, sharing a quiet moment by the gently flowing Luapula River. Breaking the silence, Mutale's voice echoes softly, a heartfelt promise hanging in the air. Wait for me. Louis's tender reply resonates with enduring love, until the river dries. In a gesture of deep affection, Mutale gently takes Louis's hand, their fingers intertwining in a silent vow. In the quiet of his small hut, Mutale carefully folds his worn clothes, each crease a memory. Sunlight pierces through the cracks in the mud walls, casting dancing shadows as he packs. He pauses, his gaze sweeping across the humble dwelling, a poignant mix of resolve and sorrow etched on his face. His family surrounds him, their faces mirroring his, a silent farewell hanging heavy in the air. Each member carries the weight of unspoken words and shared memories. The small hut, filled with love and longing, prepares to bid farewell to one of its own. At the bustling bus station, Mutale prepares to embark on her journey to Lusaka, her heart heavy with unspoken emotions. With a bittersweet farewell, Mutale waves goodbye to Louis, her hand suspended in a lingering gesture of affection as the bus begins to pull away. Louis looks on, his expression a mix of hope and longing, as the bus steadily departs the station. Mutale's gaze remains fixed on the departing vehicle, her thoughts and emotions traveling with it as it shrinks into the distance. The bus becomes a mere speck on the horizon, swallowed by the vast landscape. The memory of their farewell lingers in the air. In the quiet of his Lusaka dorm, Mutale sits, lost in thought as he begins his letter. Dear Louis, Lusaka is a whirlwind of activity, he writes, painting a vivid picture of his new life. He reflects on the bustling markets, the crowded streets, the air thick with energy, a world apart from their past. My studies are challenging, but rewarding, Mutale continues, a sense of purpose lighting his face. In a Lusaka classroom bathed in sunlight, Mutale grapples with his studies, brow furrowed in intense concentration. Dust motes dance in the golden light as the weight of the city presses in, a tangible burden on Mutale's young shoulders. Lost in thought, Mutale chews on the end of his pen, his gaze drifting around the crowded classroom, a silent struggle against the urban clamor. The sounds of the bustling city filter in, a constant reminder of the world outside these walls. Under the dim glow of a desk lamp, Mutale battles exhaustion, his face etched with the strain of relentless study. Books and papers surround him, silent witnesses to his struggle. He pauses, rubbing his eyes, a fleeting glimpse of vulnerability. The weight of academics and work bears down on him, a burden visible in every line of his face. Beneath the sprawling fig tree, Louise settles in, its roots digging deep into the ochre earth. She is lost in the words of Mutale's letters, her fingers tracing the familiar loops of his handwriting. A soft smile graces Louis' lips as she cherishes Mutale's words, her eyes sparkling with affection. The letters are held close to her heart, each word bringing her closer to Mutale. Her eyes sparkle with love and longing, each word in the letters a reminder of their bond. As evening descends upon the Luapula River, Louis sits in solitude, a silhouette against the fading light. The setting sun casts shadows that mirror Louis' growing worry, deepening the lines etched on her face. Each passing day without a letter amplifies Louis' anxiety, the silence becoming a heavy burden. The tranquil surface of the Luapula River belies the turmoil within Louis' heart. Her eyes reflect the fading light, each flicker a testament to her unwavering hope amidst despair. Louis remains steadfast, her silhouette a poignant reminder of resilience in the face of uncertainty. Sunlight pierces the thatched roof, illuminating the silent drama unfolding within Louis' humble dwelling. Louis confronts her father, her eyes blazing with defiance against a future not of her making. Her father's face is etched with worry as he attempts to persuade her. "Louis, you know I only want what's best for you." Louis' voice rises with passion as she rejects her father's vision. "I don't want to be provided for. I want to choose my own path." Louis sits by the Luapula River, her face bathed in the sun's glow. The river flows, mirroring her own relentless passage of time. "My dearest Mutale, even as I write this, my heart aches with a love that time and distance cannot diminish." Her brow furrows as she struggles to capture the weight of her emotions in ink. But hope, like the river before me, seems to be slowly ebbing away. The bright sun casts a stark contrast to the dimming light within her heart. In the dim light of his Lusaka dorm room, Mutale sits heavily on the edge of his bed, the weight of Louis' letter pressing down on him. His hands tremble violently as he clutches Louis' letter, the paper crinkling under his desperate grip. Tears blur his vision, each word a painful reminder of his actions, as guilt consumes him in suffocating waves. Lost in thought, Mutale stares blankly ahead, the room fading into a distant haze as uncertainty clouds his mind. Paralyzed by remorse, Mutale remains frozen, unsure how to respond to the accusations swirling around him. 4 years have passed, and Mutale returns, a figure transformed by time and experience. Dust devils swirl around his polished shoes, mocking his return to simpler paths. He surveys the familiar landscape, a ghost of a smile playing on his lips, as if remembering a forgotten dream. The village welcomes him back, changed yet unchanged, a place of memory and longing. His polished shoes stand in stark contrast to the dusty ground, a symbol of his journey and the distance he has traveled. A silent promise hangs in the air as Mutale prepares to face his past and his future. Under the African sun, Mutale sprints toward the fig tree, a beacon in the landscape. His heart pounds with rising dread as he finds the spot empty. A wave of cold fear washes over him. Louis is gone. His voice cracks as he cries out, "Has anyone seen Louis?" The silence of the riverbank answers him, amplifying his growing despair. On a sun-kissed village path, Mutale walks alongside an old woman, her face a map of time and trials. The old woman turns to Mutale, her voice heavy with news. "Mutale, I must tell you something about Louis." She pauses, her words cutting through the tranquil air. "She is married now and has a child." Mutale continues on the path, his expression unreadable as he absorbs the old woman's revelation. Across the street, Mutale watches, a silent observer of a life that could have been hers. Louis emerges, hand in hand with her husband and daughter, a portrait of serene family happiness. A shared glance pierces the distance, unspoken words hanging heavy in the air between Mutale and Louis. Louis pauses, a flicker of recognition or perhaps regret in her eyes as she meets Mutale's gaze. The husband smiles, oblivious to the undercurrents swirling between the two women. Mutale remains, a solitary figure watching the family walk away, the moment suspended in time. Under the cloak of night, the Luapula River whispers secrets to the moon as Mutale seeks solace on its banks. The river mirrors his solitude, its dark depths reflecting the turmoil within. Lost in a labyrinth of thought, he seeks answers in the gentle flow, a silent observer of the night's mysteries. The river flows, indifferent to his plight, yet its constant movement seems to echo the restless rhythm of his mind. Alone with his thoughts, Mutale confronts the shadows, seeking a glimmer of hope in the heart of darkness. Under the cloak of night, Louis stands motionless, her eyes drawn to the tranquil river. Moonlight kisses the water's surface, turning the river into a ribbon of liquid silver. A wave of longing washes over Louis's face, her heart echoing a promise from the past. In the quiet solitude, the memory of Mutale resurfaces, sharp and clear. The river continues its silent journey, carrying with it the echoes of unspoken vows and forgotten dreams. In a modest classroom, Mutale's presence fills the space with a quiet strength as sunlight bathes the eager faces of his students. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating the faces of the children as they look up at Mutale. A heartfelt smile spreads across Mutale's face, reflecting the profound joy he finds in nurturing young minds. The children look up at Mutale, their faces bright with anticipation. Mutale's gaze sweeps across the classroom, his expression radiating warmth and encouragement. The classroom buzzes with a quiet energy, as Mutale's passion ignites a thirst for knowledge in his students. The Luapula River flows, mirroring the colors of the twilight sky. Mutale returns to the iconic fig tree, its roots deeply entrenched in the riverbank. He stands in contemplative silence, absorbing the river's gentle melody, a hint of longing in his eyes. Lost in the tranquility of the evening, Mutale remembers Louis. He remembers Louis. The river flows on, carrying with it the echoes of memories and unspoken emotions. In the quiet of the night, Mutale lies still on his mat, lost in slumber. Mutale, Louis whispers in his dream, a voice soft as the night. The sound of Mutale echoes gently in his dream, a tender call across the night. His face remained peaceful. Dawn breaks over the Luapula River, painting the sky with vibrant hues as the water flows calmly. Mutale sits silently on the riverbank, the cool morning air a gentle caress against his skin. A serene acceptance settles over Mutale. Mutale reflects, some love stories don't need an ending, just remembrance. The river flows on, carrying memories into the dawn.